So, gentlemen, this Sunday is a big day in Atlanta. Super Bowl's coming. I know you guys are excited. Tell me how you feel about this game that's coming up. Our producer back here, I know who he's rooting for. Ron, who do you have? He got the Rams.
Hold on. Let's go to Ron first, so we can.
Yeah, we need to talk to Ron.
Let's let Ron get his 2 minutes in here.
What you talking about, Ron?
There's only one question I want to ask Ron. So, Ron, I've been looking at this situation here, and we got Tom Brady. It seems as though he's dominating. I want to ask you, do you consider him to be one of your favorite quarterbacks of all time?
Hell no.
So this weekend, what are your predictions for the game?
Hold on, let me get myself up so they can see me. All right. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm just tired of the Patriots and Brady saying he's the best. He's the way to me now that the game is. They're making it real soft. You can't go after the quarterback. You can't do this. You can't do that. And honestly, let's face it. If the receivers didn't catch the ball, then it would be a different story. You understand
That's
what
true.
I'm saying?
True.
So they should be praising. Who's that? Gronkowski. I always get his name wrong.
Edelman.
Yeah, they should be praising him, and they should be praising the other team because every time he kills them.
Yeah.
Single coverage every time. I watched it. I'm a playoff guy. I don't. Regular season it is what it is, but playoffs to me is a different level of playing. It's you gotta play to win.
So Ron, do you see a close game this weekend?
It's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I mean, you can't take away the Patriots with them going there as many times as they did, or have, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a close game. I mean, to me, honestly, they didn't beat Kansas City. Kansas City beat themselves.
That's true.
And they beat themselves twice.
Yeah.
They won the first game by 3 points, and then this one was in overtime, and, it was what it was. But, I mean, I just, I'm rooting for the Rams, basically, straight up.
All right. So, two big teams this weekend. We've got the ultimate coach of all time. People think he's one of the best to ever do it versus a new upstart coach that everybody wants a piece of. With all this in mind, what do you see coming from this game this weekend? What do you kind of anticipate in terms of some of the X's and O's, some things we might see? Jason?
Pats Nation all the way. I'm not a Pats fan. I'm a Jets fan, which is kind of counterintuitive, but that's just my pick. I just think the Pats are going to take it. It's not so that I am in love with the Pats or Tom Brady. I just feel like they're just going to take it. Tom Brady, I was seeing a stat that since week 11, he's only been sacked 5 times.
Okay.
You really can't touch him. You're right, absolutely right, Ron. I just think this offensive line is playing good, and if there's any defensive line that could take out this offensive line, I think it would be the Rams. It can only be the Rams.
Okay.
But I think that Belichick and the Patriots, they know that their biggest competition this week is going to be that D-line. I think Aaron Donald is going to cause the most trouble for them.
Okay.
But I think Belichick is walking into this game fully prepared for that. He takes out your best player, and I think this is a game where he's going to be able to take out your best player, and that person's going to be on the defensive end instead of on the offensive end. I don't see Todd Gurley being a big factor unless this has been some type of schematic plan by what's the coach's name, McVay, to actually get him in on the last game of the season. I don't know. I think that if Gurley was going to be featured like the number one back, like he was the whole season, it would have been the last game. But you still see C.J. Anderson down there. Julian Edelman earned 171 of his 247 postseason receiving yards. That's 69% for the whole team. So I think between Brady going to be able to, if he could still get the ball to Julian Edelman and Sony Michel could still run the ball, I don't think the Rams are going to have a chance, because I don't see Jared Goff having the game necessary to beat the Pats. The game that he had last week was good. I don't believe that would be good enough to beat the Pats. I think it was good enough to beat the Saints, and they just beat the Saints from a no call. But if he has that game against the Pats, I don't think they win.
All right. Joey, I'm going to swing it over to you. How you feeling about this game? Who do you think is going to be victorious? What are some things that stand out to lead you to your opinion as to who will be the winner?
All right, before I do that, we have Naeem ready. So let me just give him his introduction real quick, and he could jump into this conversation, because we're going to get Super Bowl picks from everybody today.
Okay.
All right? Ron is on. We got Ron. We're writing down Rams. All right.
I got Rams. I got Rams. I was going to New Orleans.
I got Pats.
Okay. I was going to New Orleans, but the call happened. Which actually that's not the only reason they lost, but they still lost. And
yeah,
I'm going. And I'll tell you why in a second. But let's get Naeem on.
All right, calling from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Oh.
Gaithersburg's finest.
DMV.
He is the resident Cowboys fan, but he's not going to have that bias today.
My condolences.
Straight out of DC, DMV, Naeem Newman. Welcome, Doc. What's going on?
Oh man, glad to be back on the show.
Hold on, we got some. I think we got some introduction music for you. We got music for Nye. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some intro music for you, Naeem. We thought you might like this.
All right.
Just kind of cheer you up. I know it's been a tough season down in Dallas, so we want to hook it up, put a smile on your face.
All right, he's working on that. Okay, so my Super Bowl pick. I'm gonna go right back to where I left off in the AFC Championship game, and looking at Jared Goff as another young quarterback that Belichick is licking his chops to get at. I would love nothing more than the Patriots to lose, and to lose horribly. Right? But you can't. The truth is just the truth. We've just come now to a point where they find a way. They just find a way. They do everything. Whatever you're not good at,
You might.
whatever you're not good at, that's what they're going to expose. Like clockwork. No one else is able to do that the way the Patriots are able to do that. So a game like this, they're going to be ready.
I believe whatever you're good at, they shut down.
Whatever you're good at, they shut down.
Yep.
Right. And like I said, they're coming for this young quarterback. He's going to see something in the first half, get comfortable. It's going to be something completely different in the second half. All right. So because of that, I'm going to go Patriots, and I'm going to go 31-21. Not even close.
All right, here we go. Let me throw my. Are you ready, Ron, with the intro music? All right, here it goes. Let's see.
Uh-oh. There it is.
Jamming Naeem.
Are you jamming, Naeem? See, he didn't think we could find that.
That's too easy, though. We got to get something better, though. That's pop for him.
Yo, at least we got it, right? We play go-go. We got the best DJ here.
Nah, how y'all treat EU down there? Does EU get his respect?
EU is the only go-go band who went as international as they did. Spike Lee really put go-go on the map with a, very popular movie, School Days. I don't think go-go has ever had as much exposure as School Days and the Doing the Butt song by EU. So EU gets a lot of props here in DC just because of that.
All right, good to know. Good to know that y'all don't look at him as a sellout.
No, not at all.
All right, good.
So I'm gonna tell y'all why I think the Rams are gonna win. All right.
Let's
So
see
let's
what it
break
is.
this down. So I kind of looked at it. So as far as the defensive ranks go, the Pats are 21st, and the Rams are right behind them as number 19.
Okay.
All right. And so the way I see this game happening, I say the offensive players, you got to get your dancing shoes on. There's going to be some scoring in this game. That's what everybody likes to see. It's going to be action-packed. Total offensive yards for both of these teams. The Pats have 511 yards this playoffs, and the Rams have 419. All right. So New England's offense is their best defense, right? So what they're going to try to do is control the ball, keep the Rams off the field, wear down the defense, and then run the ball at you and try to have these long drives to try to make the game as close as possible so they can make that last second push down the field like Tom Brady always does. On the other side, I do not believe in New England's defense. All right. So I think their defense was good in the first half against the Chiefs, but that's because they kept the Chiefs off the field. Second half, the Chiefs went to work. They almost won the game. They just didn't have enough to pull it off. So I think that they will have a hard time controlling the Rams. Now, on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams, you got Aqib Talib, who's the X factor. He used to play for New England. He understands. He knows what Belichick likes to do. I think that's going to be a plus for them. We can throw out the regular season stats on defense for the Rams. And I think that New England is going to try to establish the run like they always do. But remember, the Rams have had an amazing run in the playoffs defensively stopping the run. Regular season, they weren't so good. But let's look at the list. They shut down Zeke. They shut down Alvin Kamara. And they put the clamps on Ingram. Those are three legitimate backs that were giving it to people all year long. They control Dak. They control Breeze. I look for the Rams to give Brady fits, and they're going to probably put a clamp down on the run. Belichick he's probably losing a lot of sleep trying to figure out how he's going to stop this line. This line of Sue, Donald, Fowler, and then there's another guy that's on there that puts in work. That's a very tough line to stop. You can't stop them all game. Each one of those guys deserves a double team.
Yeah.
I don't care how good your offensive line is. If they can stuff the run and put pressure on Brady, then you're going to start to see certain mistakes that'll happen, and it's not going to go the way they want. So if the defense for the Rams can get stops, then New England's probably going to have some issues trying to keep up. So I predict this game to be up in the 30s. I think the Rams will probably take this by a TD, maybe 38-31. It's definitely going to be fun to watch. I'm picking the Rams for the reasons that I mentioned.
Before Naeem goes, I just want to read you a stat, and then he could jump right in. Both Adrian Claiborne and Dante Fowler have 14 quarterback pressures over the last two games, and they tied for any player in the postseason. So pass defense, they've showed up this postseason as well. So Jared Goff has something to worry about, maybe more than Tom Brady, because we know the experience that Tom Brady has. But with that front four, I definitely feel where you're coming from.
That front four is a problem.
That front four is going to be a problem. He had problems with the Giants a few years back. He's going to have problems. And he had problems with Fletcher Cox last year.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some wrinkles that are thrown at McVay, but I'm interested to see the adjustments that he makes. So, see, that's the thing that McVay's been able to do. Unlike the first two teams that we mentioned, San Diego and the Chiefs, they made no adjustments.
No adjustments, yep.
Right?
You're right.
So McVay is going to make adjustments as they go. Wade Phillips is not a slouch either, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Naeem, how are you feeling about this game coming up? Who are you picking and why?
First, I need to make a correction that the Rams did not shut down Ezekiel Elliott.
How many yards did he have?
The Cowboys never got the ball because the Rams ran for 300 yards. So the Rams offense was on the field the whole time. The Cowboys offense barely saw the field.
Naeem, we just speaking stats.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
So,
We'll give you that.
So you don't realize, but Joe and Naeem actually been arguing for about a month.
Yeah.
They've been arguing for about
He's
a
been
month.
talking about my team, the Detroit Lions, and I've been talking about his, and we're both in the same place. So,
Well, the Cowboys got to the playoffs.
yeah, but it don't make a difference. Who wants to be the first loser?
That's true, too.
I
but we
would
don't
again
go
like
ahead,
to
Naeem.
correct you that the Cowboys and the Lions are nowhere near in the same place.
Listen, right now we
They're
were
not
sitting on the
even
couch.
close- They're not even close to being in the same place.
Naeem, I'll drop
next
popcorn off
season.
at your house, man. I'll bring you some popcorn because we both in the same position.
Whether it's false hope, I still have hope for next season.
Bring your T.O.'s power.
You don't. Therefore, we are not in the same place.
All right, we'll see.
But we're not talking about the Cowboys. I just wanted to throw that out there. That I can't, bet against Tom Brady and the Patriots. It's just, especially as Joey said, new quarterback, new coach. I'm not sure they're up for this. They didn't look that impressive to me against the Saints. I thought the Pats looked very impressive against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are probably the best team in the NFL this year. So I think it's going to be 35-20, 21, something like that.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be that close. I think that what the Rams do on offense and running the ball, that's going to be shut down. And they're going to make Goff beat them, and I think he's going to make some mistakes that are going to be costly.
Okay.
Now,
that front four is full, and what the Pats do to combat that is get the ball out fast. So it's going to be, getting the ball out fast. Brady just never takes hits, or very rarely. So I think there's going to be three to 5 step drops and getting the ball out to Edelman and Gronk.
5? He's
And
not taking no
screen
5-step
passes.
drops. He's not taking 5-step drops. 3-step
Right,
drops.
right.
The ball
So,
is going to be dropped
3-step drops.
dropped right over the defensive line all day long.
Under 2 seconds.
I'm waiting to see
Yeah.
somebody force Brady to throw the ball downfield. I don't think I've seen that yet.
He flinged it like about twice
Well,
last game.
especially after
Twice.
Josh Gordon got hurt, they're
Yeah.
not throwing the ball down the field anymore. Josh Gordon was their deep threat,
Right.
and he's gone now.
They don't need to. Sony Michel is running the football over 80% of the time right now. They don't need it, and they're running the ball, and they have Gronk able to block like he's an offensive line.
I think they're gonna crunch that run. I think that run is gonna be gonna be tough.
They have a 3-headed monster back there.
Now, the only thing that leads me to believe that the Rams have a chance is their 2-headed monster at running back. So,
Rex Burkhead too back there.
well, if you could put
CJ Anderson.
Oh,
Goff.
you're talking about the Rams.
right,
Sorry.
right.
Sorry.
If Goff is in 3rd and short situations, right, and he is converting 3rd downs at a 55-60% clip, they may have a chance to put 21 points on the board, 28 points on
Yeah.
the board, right? But they're going to need that running game to bring 200 yards for them to win the game.
I think they can. New
They
England.
can.
New England's defense has done pretty good because they have a really good game plan. But I never looked at them all season as being a defense that will put the clamps on you. I think they play situational football, try to make you make
That's the
mistakes.
thing. They play in situations.
Right.
So their stats don't tell the truth.
Right.
When they need to stop you, they will.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're playing a bigger game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not even playing a 4-quarter game. They're playing a 16 week 4 times 4, whatever 16 times 4 is. That's what they're playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because last year, I mean, I don't know if there's any major changes to their defense besides a couple rookies that they added, maybe a couple vets. But last year, they couldn't stop anybody. I feel like this is going to be an exciting Super Bowl to watch. I think it's going to be wide open. It's going to be a lot of scoring going on. Who do you all predict to be the Super Bowl MVP?
Ooh, I got that one.
Oh, who do you get?
Rex Burkhead. Rex Burkhead will be the MVP. I promise you. He was supposed to be. I believe that he had a big role coming into this season. He got that neck injury. He got injured. He was out for a good part of the season. He came back. He's had 2 touchdowns for the AFC Championship game. I think he's going to be a good. And being that they need James White to catch the ball more, I think Rex Burkhead is going to have those goal line carries. I think he's just going to be a big factor. And I'm throwing a curveball there because it is a good chance that it may not happen.
Rex Burkhead.
Rex Burkhead. That's who I'm going with.
Don't put any money on that. Huh?
I'm not putting any money on it. It's a hot take.
All right. So who do you think, Joey? I know you probably go with.
Well, I would like to see somebody else besides Tom Brady get it, but everybody's so quarterback centric. I would think Edelman has a shot at 15 catches,
Yeah.
or even What's the other running back that they throw to a lot?
James White.
James White has a shot at
James
But you know
White.
what sucks about that? You could have 20 catches from Tom Brady, and they're going to say, well, Tom got on the ball to get 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
The year Brady won the MVP, and Randy Moss had like 40 touchdowns. It was like, there's no way that you can look at this team and be like, Randy Moss isn't the most valuable player.
Right.
Tom Brady was the league MVP. Randy Moss just broke all the records.
That's what happens. The face of the team.
That's true, too.
Naeem, you thinking Tom Brady's going to take it?
Yeah, I'm thinking Tom Brady, but the one caveat is I think the Rams are somewhat weak at safety, and Gronk may have a field day. Either if they try to put linebackers on him or safeties on him, because I don't even. So it could be they may try to go cornerback with Gronk, but I think he could still have a field day on their cornerbacks.
You think Aqib
I
Talib
would
won't
go
guard
on
him?
Brady with maybe a Gronk.
Do you think Aqib Talib can guard him?
He could guard him, but they're probably going to want to put him on one of the wide receivers, like Edelman, to jam Edelman off of the line of scrimmage.
Right.
I think I would put Talib on Edelman and just have him jam him at the line of scrimmage, every time.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up some Super Bowl stats.
Okay.
So one of the ironies of this whole situation is the fact that the Patriots started this run versus the Rams 20 years ago, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I remember
believe
that.
It was 2001 and 2002, the greatest show on turf.
Yep. I remember that.
The Patriots were the underdog.
Yes,
Jay.
they were.
They weren't the Patriots as we know them now. They came from almost out of nowhere. Although it wasn't really out of nowhere, because if you're a fan of Bill Parcells and you followed Bill Parcells and Belichick, they always get the most out of nothing. Always.
Right.
You know what I mean? Parcells won a Super Bowl with Otis Anderson getting an MVP. You know what I mean? Phil Simms. You know what I mean?
And Jeff Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler was a backup. You know what I mean? And then Parcells took the Patriots to the Super Bowl, left the Patriots, went to the Jets. They built the Jets into a formidable team that had a nice run for years after they left. But the key there was Parcells tried to retire early so that Belichick would take over the Jets. Parcells did his part. He retired and just went to be the general manager, assigned Belichick as head coach. Belichick, at that point, said, no, I don't want to coach the Jets. I want to take the Patriots job. And that put all types of more friction into the Jets-Patriots rivalry, because now he left us to go to the Patriots. And they came out of nowhere, beat the Rams in that Super Bowl when the Rams were incredible. Beat the Rams.
Right.
The Rams then went into the doldrums for 15 years, and they're just coming back, and the Patriots are still on the same run.
Wow.
Okay.
That's incredible.
So,
That's
Super
incredible.
Bowl records, pass attempts, Tom Brady, 62. That's game. I'm looking at career records. Pass attempts, 357, Tom Brady. Passes completed, 235, Tom Brady. Passing yards, career, 2576, Tom Brady. Passing touchdowns, 18, Tom Brady. Passes intercepted. That's actually in a career, John Elway. So Brady has all the accumulation numbers except for the negative ones. You know what I'm saying? This is a different situation the Rams are not ready for. All these guys were just born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Brady and Belichick. It's
The Patriots have
look,
no one on the injury report as well.
Well, that's garbage also. They don't really do an injury report.
Nah.
During the season, they sometimes do.
It's all propaganda,
That's
bro.
yeah. Yeah, you have a shoulder injury all year.
They're not even showing an injury right now.
You can't believe a word that man tells you. You can't believe a word he puts on paper. Nothing is real.
Fake news. Yeah, it's definitely fake news. All right, so we're going to slide on to the next
Man,
subject.
the Rams are so new the Patriots are probably cheating right now, doing something, and
Exactly.
Rams don't even know to look for it.
Exactly. They probably filming practice or taking the air out of
Probably
the footballs.
doing all of that,
All of it.
and they have no idea to even look for it.
They're weakening the laces on people's shoes.
Anything.
There's something.
Man, they're probably having conversations at bars. The assistant coaches, they have no idea who they're talking to.
Right.
Nah, absolutely no idea. All right, so
They're in a whole. They're in over their head. I mean, there's an assistant coach right now giving away the game plan, and he has no idea to some pretty blonde.
Right,
that
at
he's
the
trying
bar.
to sleep with.
Right. At the bar. And you're like, damn, why she like me? Start
They
digging
have
into your
no
feelings.
idea what they're up against.
you know what? I think they're gonna win, guys. I think the Rams are gonna win. Because I mean, we said the same thing last year. Everybody said the same thing. They thought that the Pats were gonna win,
Yeah.
and you saw what happened. So I'm not. It's not impossible. If they were undefeated in the Super Bowl, I would say yeah.
Right. No, it's not impossible. Like I said, if they run the ball.
Of course it's not
If
impossible.
they run for
Yeah,
200 yards,
that's
they
the
can get it.
beauty of football.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I don't think they're gonna get spanked like that.
That's the beauty of football, and that's my and I say this all the time. That's my piece with basketball. Is it's a best of 7. Like the Rams could never beat the Patriots in a best of 7. They have no shot whatsoever.
Right.
But one game, anybody can beat anybody.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's obviously it's too much money to lose. But man, if the NBA did that, you know how much more exciting the NBA would be.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to give up, though.
But that's a lot of money. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
But there's other ways
That's
to
what
do it.
makes March
real
Madness.
stats on money.
Uh-oh.
All
right. Let me.
Y'all want to hear the real gambling stats on money?
I might as well. Okay, we got on the line another caller from DMV, but he reps Detroit hard,
Oh man.
not soft. He reps Detroit hard.
As we always
It
do.
is so cold in the D.
Detroit against everybody.
Detroit versus
cold in the
everybody.
Everybody.
Detroit versus
Country favorite
everybody.
song.
Lajuan Wyman. Lajuan, what's happening? Welcome to the show.
What's up, fellas? I was just listening on the sidelines. It was hilarious. You guys are talking about giving away game plans at the bar.
Oh, totally.
You know,
Totally.
that's a true statement. It's happening right now as we speak.
So, Lajuan,
Yeah, it'll be
Lajuan.
happening for the next 6 days.
Lajuan, we got to move on to some NBA topics, but we're going to take your Super Bowl pick right now. We're going to give you 1 minute. Give us your take on the game. Give us who you think is going to win. Predict the score.
I needed to give that one.
and an
Yeah.
MVP. Did you get all that, or did you miss
I
something?
I did. I needed to get that one stat though that Money made. What Naeem was talking about though, I heard on the radio today that 20 years ago, $75 million was betted on the Super Bowl. Hey, it'll be 4 to 5 billion.
Wow.
Billion with a B.
B with the B, as in boy.
Wow.
That'd be enough to
yeah,
build a wall right
yeah.
there.
That's
man.
enough to
Yeah.
build
We
like
can build that wall.
that'll build all the walls.
Right.
Build all the walls.
the great wall of China.
And to me, those stats give credence to the guys who say all of this stuff is fixed.
Yeah.
$4 billion is, that will cause you to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
75 million 20 years ago.
Right. I mean, you can bribe a referee easily for $1 million.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He'll ride off into the sunset. He'll miss that call so quick.
Yep. He'll get a new face
Liquid
in
cash.
Argentina. He'll be a referee in
Right
soccer
quick, I
games
do-
in Argentina. With a new face.
and be happy too.
Yep. All right, Juan. Tell us who's going to win the game. What's
Yeah,
going to be the score?
quick. Yep. So I'm gonna say Tom Brady's right back playing the team that he played almost 20 years ago, 2002, Super Bowl 36, Patriots Rams, and now it's Patriots Rams again. He's a seasoned vet coming in against a hungry defensive tackle line, the best combo in the NFL, down 2. They're going to harass him, but I just feel like with Brady's experience, he has a chip on his shoulder. Steel. even after almost 20 years, to prove people wrong. He said he wants to play to 45. He said he still can play. He wanted to prove the doubters wrong, and I just think that gives him the little small edge. With Jared Goff being a rookie and new, and a lot of that team not playing together in the Super Bowl before, I think the Patriots get the edge. And even though I'm not a Patriots fan, I have to give them the edge. But my heart will be rooting for the Rams, but my mind tells me the Patriots.
His mind's telling him no.
Okay, what about your MVP?
What's that song?
That'll go down as Brady. You know, Brady is trying to.
We got somebody who never heard that song before. Jason said, "What is that song?"
Oh my
He said, "My mind's telling me no."
I can't hear you. You said what?
Oh my! You was made to that song.
I said,
Problem.
my mind's telling me no. He says, "What song is that?" Like, who's that? Before I was born? Like, yeah.